Welcome everyone. My name is Lori Filippo. I'm the Assistant Director for Grad Recruitment. As mentioned, I'm going to go over a little bit about graduate admissions, and then I will pass it over to my colleagues to talk more about the Lee Business School. With that being said, the first thing we like to touch on is why go to grad school. By going to get your graduate and professional degree, it does help you stand out from the crowd. Only about 14% actually hold graduate and professional degrees. So having that graduate and professional degree does give you those skills that employers are looking for when you are going for your career. So having things like leadership, that research experience, communication, and much more. So why are students going to grad school at UNLV? If you are not familiar with UNLV, we are a prestigious R1 ranking institution. The R1, we are one of only 131 universities in the US to actually hold this ranking. At UNLV, we do have over 175 graduate degree and certificate programs, and this includes more than 40 doctoral and professional programs. So some of the other rankings that you'll see is that we are the second most diverse university in the country. We do rank top 10 in social mobility, and we're one of only 119 universities to have the community engagement classification. And as you'll hear from the Lee Business School a little bit later, on top of being an R1, being a regionally accredited institution, a lot of our programs, they do hold their own national rankings and accreditation. So while a grad student at UNLV, you are going to learn from nationally and internationally recognized faculty. You'll do a lot of community involvement. You'll be able to partner and intern with local employers. You'll get to work in labs, research centers, libraries, and much more. Now, our students are very non-traditional, so we want to make sure that we are really catering to everyone. You do get to enroll in afternoon, evening classes. We have hybrid classes. We even have fully online programs. At UNLV, we want to make sure that you do get a full experience with us. So one of those ways is offering graduate assistantships to students, which we will talk about in just a few slides. And then, of course, you get to form those relationships with your faculty and classmates. So UNLV, we were founded in 1957. We do, at this time, have over 5,000 grad students on campus. We have over 1,000 international students, and our students are coming from well over 80 different countries. Okay, so paying for grad school. So this is just to give you an estimate. So with grad school, full-time is considered 9 credits per semester. So to give you an idea of what the annual tuition and fees will be for a full-time student, so if you went the fall and spring and took 9 credits each semester, you'd be looking at around a little over $7,000 for in-state, or for out-of-state, a little over $24,000. Again, this is just an estimate for the annual tuition and fees if you were going full-time. Now, we do want to help out any way we can, of course, with those tuition and fees. So these are just a few ways. The number one, of course, is the graduate assistantships. So we have over 1,000 GAs on campus. They are working in non-academic areas and academic areas on campus. So typically they're working about 20 hours a week. They could be research GAs, teaching GAs, even administrative GAs. But what it covers is they will cover the full tuition up to 9 credits. If you are out of state, it will waive the out-of-state tuition. So you will be treated as an in-state student while you're a GA. On top of the tuition being covered, you will also receive a stipend, just depending on the type of GA that you are. This will be between typically $17,000 and $22,000. And then on top of that, they also give registration fee reductions and health insurance. So if you are a GA at UNLV and you need to use UNLV's health insurance, the GA will pay for that health insurance. Now, one thing I like to note is that if you are not a GA and you enroll in 9 or more credits, keep in mind that the health insurance will automatically get added onto your tuition. Now, if you have your own health insurance, maybe through family, you have your own through work, whatever the case may be, and you do not need to use UNLV's health insurance, you can always waive out of ours. So just when you are enrolling in your courses, make sure to look at your tuition and fees. And if you notice health insurance is on there and you don't need it, fill out our waiver so we can get that off your account. And then they do offer summer tuition benefits as of right now. Typically, they are paying tuition for one course for the summer. So definitely look into some GAs. Once you submit your application is when you can start applying for those graduate assistantships. On top of the GAs, we also have 5.7 million in awards that are offered. This is through scholarships, fellowships, awards, really all throughout the campus. Even some departments will have their own awards or ways that you can receive funding. So definitely stay in contact with your department. Make sure you're checking out your Rebel email, and that way you can stay in the loop of any kind of funding opportunities available for you. Now, if you're not familiar with Nevada, we do have affordable living and tuition. So we do have varied residency options really all throughout. We have upperclassmen housing right on the campus and even less than a mile outside of the UNLV campus. Or really outside in the valley, there's all different types of residency options. In Nevada, there is no state income tax, but you definitely get to take advantage of all the discounts, tickets, and entertainment. Okay. So speaking about having the experience at UNLV, when you do become a student with us, you're automatically part of what's called the Graduate and Professional Student Association, or the GPSA. The GPSA, they really cater to grad students, trying to really help you out and again, giving you that full service and experience while you're going through your degree. So they do offer free certificates, career support, training, and they have places like this image available to just grad students. So once you go into this location, which this one is located on the second floor of our library, you can have access to all the whiteboards, technology, any of the space that you may need if you're doing maybe a project with your group and you need more of a private spot. This is all just for grad students. On top of that, they also have the Grad Academy. They also offer free professional career support. Again, really trying to help you for that career after you graduate from your program. So this is a list of just some of the free resources they have available to students. So maybe while you're going for that business degree, if you want to do a little bit more mentorship or research, you can be getting these certifications on top of that degree absolutely for free. So it's making you that much more marketable and sought after from the employers when you're out in your career field. And then some of these events, they do offer funding. So again, really make sure you're checking out your Rebel mail because the Grad Academy will be contacting you via that email address to let you know of all these great opportunities. Okay. So applying to be a UNLV grad student. So once you are ready to apply, you will submit your application right online, either through the Grad Rebel Gateway or the centralized application service. Either portal, you'll go ahead and upload your documents right to your application. It's $95 for international students or $60 for domestic students. Once you upload your documents is when your application will start to be reviewed. The main thing is just make sure you know what your deadline is for your program. So once you submit your application and your documents, it's first going to be reviewed by the admissions team. They want to see that you have a bachelor's degree from a regionally accredited institution or international equivalent. For your bachelor's degree, they want to see that you have earned at least a 2.75 overall GPA. If you fall below the 2.75, we will look at the last 60 credits, and we want to see that you have earned at least a 3.0 for the last 60. Now, we do need to see transcripts from each post-secondary institution you attended. So if you went for your associates, or if you just went to another institution, took some classes, and then maybe had it transferred into your bachelor's, we need to see a transcript from that institution as well. If you attended coursework outside of the US, we do need to see a copy of your transcript both in the original language and an English translation if it is not already in English. If you are an international applicant, you may also need to show proof of English proficiency. So this would be through like your IELTS, TOEFL, PTE, the Duolingo, or if you've completed a post-secondary degree from an institution where English was the primary language of instruction, we can use that degree in place of the English proficiency test. Once that review is completed, your application will then go under review by the department. Now, depending on what program you are going for, will determine what other requirements are needed. So just some of the more common requirements are typically a personal statement, letters of recommendation. You might have a GRE or a GMAT test, and might need to submit your resume. So it just depends on the program that you're going for what are your specific requirements that are needed. But once it's under department review is when it'll look, your application will be looked at holistically, and the department will make their overall admissions decision. So again, just talking about deadlines, make sure you know what your deadline is. Definitely plan ahead. Some of our programs have very, very early deadlines. Some programs only admit once a year. If you have to do the GRE or GMAT, if you have to get those letters of recommendation or the personal statement, you want to give yourself plenty of time to get everything together and looking the best it can for when you submit your application. And then this just let you know that we do have more events going on. We're constantly adding to our calendars. So make sure to check them out. And if there's any events that you may want to attend, please feel free to RSVP to them. They're always free. And they're virtual, hybrid, in person. So always keep a lookout for more events that are going on around campus. And then of course, we're always here to help you out. So if you have any questions throughout the application process, we are located in the Student Service Complex, Building B. We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. So just stay in contact with us. Okay, and now I'm going to pass it over to Marlena and Dr. Zhang to go more into the business school and quantitative finance.
Perfect. So I will get us started. Thank you so much for joining us for our dual MBA in Master in Science and Quantitative um, Finance information session. Both Dr. Zhang and I will go over a bit about the dual program, including a quick overview of the course breakdown, admission requirements, opportunities if you decide to pursue this dual degree, and then the student experience. So first, Lee Business School is AACSB accredited. That's the Association to Advance Collegiate Schools of Business. It's a global accreditation body for business schools. It sets rigorous standards for business education and evaluates institutions based on these standards to ensure they meet the highest quality benchmarks. Only 5% of business school programs worldwide are AACSB accredited. We are one of them, and actually the only program in Southern Nevada with this accreditation. And then our MBA program ranks in the top 100 for US News and World Report. We actually just ranked 73 for 2024. So we actually are extremely proud of this. The dual MBA and Master of Science and Quantitative program is designed for those who seek to develop a solid understanding of business administration with a focus on advanced analytical skills and finance. The program will provide students with the needed skills, knowledge, and tools to become visionary and creative business leaders with strong competency in quantitative finance. And then once you graduate with this degree, you receive two masters. So you receive a master's in business administration and a master's in quantitative finance. And just quickly go over some highlights. You receive essential elements of business administration with advanced quantitative finance skills. You will learn to navigate complex business landscapes with a strategic mindset while leveraging quantitative techniques to make data-driven decisions. The curriculum goes beyond theory and emphasizes the practical applications and concepts in real-world scenarios. You do this through case studies, simulations, hands-on projects. You learn how to translate theoretical knowledge into actionable strategies and financial solutions. And then by earning a degree in MBA and a master's in science and quantitative finance, you're enhancing your versatility and employability in today's competitive job market. You're prepared to pursue a wide range of career opportunities spanning roles in finance, consulting, corporate management, investment banking, risk management, and more. Just to quickly go over some highlights of the MBA program specifically, an MBA equips individuals with the ability to analyze complex situation, evaluate alternatives, and make strategic decisions that drive organizational success. You develop leadership qualities essential for guiding teams, managing resources effectively, and inspiring innovation within organizations. Within our MBA program, we offer a variety of different networking opportunities, allowing you to connect with your peer, faculty, alumni, industry professionals, and fostering relationships. And we'll touch more on these networking opportunities later in the presentation. And then in today's interconnected world, understanding global markets, cultural nuances, and international business practices is actually crucial. So you get sort of that global business environment knowledge, and then professors, of course, are up to date with latest trends, theories, practices, and businesses, ensuring that you're equipped with up to date knowledge. Um, and then I know when I was taking management classes, something that was actually taught and stressed was AI and AI's usage in research. So just utilizing the up to date knowledge with what you're currently learning. And the curriculum, of course, incorporates projects. It allows you to apply theoretical concepts in real world situations, problem solving skills, decision making abilities, and then case studies offer diverse perspectives and situations to work through. So I'm going to hand it over to Dr. Zhang so you could talk about the quantitative finance side.
Yeah, thank you. So I'm the professor of finance here, and I'm in charge of this program. So basically, so first of all, I need to let you know, so like you guys possibly have now, so the modern technology, especially like AI or this kind of thing, everything is data-based. So for that reason, we have seen a huge demand for people with finance background and with strong data skills, that people look for this kind of person to work. So for that reason, we created this program, and we try to provide a training and education on data processing skills, especially large-scale financial data, and then to help people, locate jobs in Las Vegas metropolitan and even nearby Los Angeles and San Francisco area. There's plenty of the job opportunity for in this area. Can we go to the next slides? So here, this is the dual program. So you guys are expected to complete some MBA courses. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 MBA courses are required, and there's some 3 elective MBA courses. And this gives you some basic background on management, basically. So, but it's if you do, since we are doing the dual degree, then could you please go to the next slide? So this still, after you complete this MBA basic required courses, then you can start the MSQF courses. So for this program specifically, we have this 5 required courses focusing on the investment and the corporate finance, basically these 2 areas. And then we ask you to do the 2 additional elective courses. And on top of that, we do ask a student to have a capstone project. This is the group-based, and we want you to apply your programming skills to the large financial data and write a professional term paper. So that's the basic structure of this program. It's a dual program, and the student doing MBA courses and also the financial MSQF courses. And eventually we will wrap up everything in the capstone project. So here's the potential career. I know people care about the job opportunity. So first, I have to emphasize the one important thing is the Las Vegas area is developing, is in the booming. So a lot of financial companies, they are bothered by the huge expensive, living expensive and all the rental expense everywhere in Los Angeles, in San Francisco, in New York, and Boston. Right now, a lot of this kind of investment companies, they move their either move their office to Las Vegas, this kind of least pretty less expensive area, or alternatively they set up what we call satellite offices. So there's several large investment companies they start set up the satellite office in Las Vegas, and they look for people. And that's one kind of job opportunity available here. Also, since the Las Vegas area is right now booming, a lot of local investment company, wealth management company, they are looking for for people to work for them. So let me emphasize one important thing is we do have a lot of job opportunity here and a huge demand for our students. And if you are really strong in STEM, in mathematics, in data, in modeling, all these things, we do expect to find a good paying job in local area. So that's one thing I need to emphasize. In the past, we have placed the students in Category 1 bank and in large casino firms, in local M&A investment banking business. This is we have placed, and then we also received several job opportunity and internship opportunities from local wealth management company, and they do actually manage the money for clients in Las Vegas area. So this is different from major investment bank banks like BlackRock, like Blackstone, like Goldman Sachs. Even though they recruit people from Las Vegas area, but people they recruited from here, they don't really have them manage the money for clients specifically. So they basically the marketing person and the salesperson. However, the local wealth management company and the local, investment in the banking business, they recruit our students to do the real technical thing. So that's the very reason we provided the training and education on this technical part of the finance jobs. For international students, this good thing is this is the STEM labeled. So as a result, you can have 36 months of the OPT and to find a job and work for the local company and obtain the visa. So that could be something good. And in the past, we do have some successful students. They're doing the business and find a job, and they have very good career now. So in terms of the overall, I need to let you know again, these numbers I quote I get from Wall Street Journal, from public media. So basically, for investment and for corporate finance, now everything is very much data-based and data-driven. So this is different from 20 years ago when I get to this area. Back to that time, even though data is important, but it's not so important as it is right now. So so I want to let you understand. So if you are good in math, good in programming, and like dealing in a larger scale data, then this program is for you. Can you go to the next slide? So here is some examples I have received from local business like a Boost Space Fund. So this is the new kind of fintech company. So their model basically it's their business model. It's a public firm that you can Google it. It's a listed company. So basically their business model is they find retail investors and let retail investors develop their own investment strategy. Then they provide funding, and then they share the profit or return generated by the local retail investors investment strategy. So that's a kind of model they have. And another coming with our stop, so that they ask us to provide people, student to work on their quantitative model, and they pay pretty well. They pay $150 an hour. So this is, so this, if they give you a fixed pay of $5,000, and then after the project is done, and if they still need to hire you, they pay you $150. So again, you have to have this quantitative skills for you to find a good paying job, but in Las Vegas area. So this is the metropolitan is booming, and we expect the job, opportunity, the job demand will grow even more in the future. Yeah, can go to the next slide. So this is something we talked about before. So this is STEM, is designated by a STEM program. As a result, this is very important for international students. So if you're international students, you can get you can do what we call OPT program. So this program, in total, I think right now the law you can have 36 months stay in the U.S. working under this OPT program, and during the same time you look for a job, and then ideally you find a job with the company you are doing the internship, right? So this is a very, very good opportunity for international students too. Here, this is Anthony. This is our 2022 graduate. So graduate student. So you can see, he's doing the digital currency now in Pennsylvania. So here is what he wrote for us. So he was a math undergraduate student here, and then moved to this MSQF program in 2021, and completed everything in 2022, and then he worked in the digital currency. That's kind of fintech area now. So this is what he put here. So I choose this UNLV MSQF program because of the great faculty and opportunity that are encompassed in the program. So we work with students in hands-on all the data skills, and work with students on the group base and help them to grow and their data skills. That's basically what he has learned from here. Can we go to the next one?
Perfect. Thank you, Dr. Zhang. So just to quickly go over the student experience. So as a student, there are a lot of different ways that you can get connected not only to current students, but then also to alumni in the community. So at Lee Business School specifically, we have our own career services center, where they kind of meet you at where you're at in your career, whether you have as little as 6 months of work experience or just internship experience, or you have 15 years of work experience in an industry. They can help you where you're at. And they do this by offering resume review, cover letter review. They can help you set up your LinkedIn profile. So I think it just helps you hone in what you want to do with your education. And it could also help you prepare for those internships that Dr. Zhang touched about as well. At Lee Business School, we have different student organizations. So I know specifically for grad level, we have the MIS Society, the MBA Student Association, an economics club. We have a financial management association. So it's an opportunity to connect with your peers outside of the class. We have a number of different speaker series and student mixers. I know on April 2nd, we actually had the former CEO of Wynn Resorts talking about his experience. I know the finance department hosts seminars as well, where they have different individuals come in to talk about their research. I know we just had one on April 5th from Russ Wimmers, and he was from the University of Maryland. We have a Rebel Venture Fund. So if you're interested in entrepreneurship, this is a student led organization. Where they have a pot of money to invest into startups. You can also request your own money to start your own startup. And then we have international trip opportunities in which you can travel to somewhere else and then learn about how they operate business in a different place. So here are just a few of the different international trips that have been offered. So they have been to China, to Russia, to Italy. This summer they actually going to Chile. So the international trip is great because you can actually receive 3 elective credits. So you attended different businesses and lectures. So in Italy, they toured the balsamic vinegar factory. They did a cheese and wine tour. So it's a great opportunity to learn about business through food. There's a number of different student-led organization events. So here are just a few that have happened recently. So there was karaoke, there was hiking, there was bowling. So again, just an opportunity to step out of the classroom and connect with your classmates. We also do company and business visits, and it's really interesting to see the different companies we have in Las Vegas. I think Dr. Zhang touched on we have this unique opportunity being in Las Vegas that we sort of have a sneak peek sometimes into what is going on in our environment. I know for Area 15, students actually toured that facility before it even opened. So it was a hard hat tour where students could see what was going on. We've been to T-Mobile Arena, we've been to City National Arena, home of the Golden Knights. We've done a VA hospital visit. And then the President's Innovation Challenge is a Shark Tank style competition where teams come up oop, where teams come up with solutions to a challenge question. So I know this year it was education AI. So you come up with a solution and you present to a panel of judges, and then the winners actually receive scholarships, but you also receive money to actually bring your solution to life. And then Blackfire Innovation is a innovation hub aiming to facilitate strategic partnership and drive innovation in hospitality and gaming. So they actually have a makerspace for students, faculty, and staff to utilize. So you could do research over there. I think they have 3D printing if that's something you're interested in. So there's a lot of different opportunities to get involved and network within Lee Business School. With the MBA faculty, but also the quantitative finance faculty, career services center. We're here to support you. And so this is just a student testimonial videos if you want to scan it and listen to some current students or former students had to say about their experience through these programs. And I will hand it back over to Dr. Zhang to talk a bit about the application process.
Yeah, so basically we have this deadline for people to apply, and the deadline is a little bit earlier for international students because we need to give you enough time for process the visa, right? So typically, we like to accept students to start in the 4th semester if you are expected to complete this thing within 2 or 3 years on a full-time basis. So that's we like this. You can start from scratch. So that's the reason if all the class, like especially the 2 required courses for MSQF, the FunQ 78, 710. Right now, we can only offer it in the 4, and you have to complete these 2 courses before you to be able to do additional coursework. So that's the reason we kind of like you to, if you are a full-time student, we like you to start everything from 4. So this is the required document. Please submit them to the gateway, the UNLV graduate school gateway. So we need you have a transcript. If you are an international student, they have special requirement on that part. Show your resume and your SOP. And I need the letter of recommendation from at least one faculty, one professor. And for GMAT and the GRE, they're equivalent. So we typically expect you to have a GMAT of a minimum 550 or equivalent GRE scores. So, but if you have a degree from decent score with a GPA of 3.5, I can waive your GMAT requirement. So in other words, if you have a GPA of 3.5 from a major university with a decent reputation, then you don't need to take you don't need to take a GMAT. That's one thing. For international students, if you don't have a bachelor's degree in an English-speaking university, from an English-speaking university, then you possibly have to take the TOEFL, the test of English as a second language. So you need to pass that one for you to be able to be admitted into the program. This again, but if you have a bachelor's degree or you have a high school diploma from US or from any English-speaking countries, then you should be fine. I can waive you on the TOEFL requirement too. So these are 5 prerequisites are required for you to start your MSQF coursework. However, we can admit you into the program before you complete all these 5 courses. So again, these 5 courses are required for you to take FNQ classes, but they are not required for you to be admitted in the program. So we can still admit you even though you have one or two or prerequisite courses uncompleted. That's fine. So as long as you complete all the courses, then you can start your FNQ course. So that's the thing. And most importantly is the Econ 440 or Math 181. That's a calculus course. So we do require students to have at least a B on all the courses, especially the calculus. So this is a quantitative, finance course. We require to have a strong math background and math skills for you to be able to proceed and to succeed in this program. So this we require students have a 3.0 over GPA, and this is required by the graduate school at the UNLV. And there's some time, if you have something, you can show me some strong evidence you are really serious toward the learning and the training, then we can still admit you into the program, even though you don't have a 3.0 GPA. Then the UNLV graduate school has a policy. You will what they call provisional admission. So you have to earn at least the B from like 9 credits, 9 credit courses. That's my understanding. So again, we require to have a 3.0 minimum GPA, but if you are below 3.0 GPA, but we can see if I can find the evidence that you are really serious toward this program, we can still get you in, and then you have to learn and work hard to earn a minimum B in the grade on 3 courses. That's for you to be able to get the degree from here. And here's the overall cost. So this is a very expensive program. So but look at the number, it's kind of expensive. But if you look at the US, average, and you look at all the finance program cost for US university, and this is actually not really that expensive. So we charge you $30,000 for in-state, and then if you are out-state, you may pay more, right? You have to pay more than out-of-state tuitions. However, right now we do have 6 GA and 1 FA positions available for people to apply. So the GA position will cover the tuition, but not the fees. But the FA will not cover tuition fee, but pay you a relatively higher stipend for you to work for us. So both FA and the GA require you to work for us, 20 hours a week, and that will help you alleviate some of the financial burden on this program. So this application for GA and FA are very competitive, and usually we make the offer, extended offer on the merit based. So if you want, to work for us, to pay the tuition fee, just please let me know.
I think we'll just quickly go over the GMAT and GRE. So this is a website that you can schedule your GMAT test, and they offer it Monday through Saturday. There's different testing locations, virtually, online, or in person. Being someone that took it both ways, I recommend taking it in person. You're in a controlled environment. You don't have to worry about noise around you. I know when I was taking it online, it took about an hour for the proctor to set up the exam for me. So that's just time that you could be using to take the actual test. The test is $275, so you'll want to study for this exam. It's not the type of exam that you can cram for. Students typically tend to spend 3 to 6 months studying for this test, and if you reach out to our office, we're happy to supply you with different GMAT resources as well. And this is if you're living in Las Vegas, the location that students typically take the test at, so you can see where it's located. We recommend driving to this location a few days before your exam so that you know exactly where you're going the day of your test. So it's one less thing to worry about. The GMAT actually just reorganized the way they offer their exam. It's a shorter exam now. It's 2 hours and 15 minutes. The essay section was completely removed. You're able to change answers for 3 questions. You get a detailed report, and again, it's $275 for in person and $300 online. And if you have any questions or you want to schedule a meeting with us or with Dr. Zhang to talk about the curriculum, here is our information. You can reach us at leeogss@unlv.edu, or you can give us a quick phone call. Our office is located in the Frank and Estella Beam Hall, which is set to open again in August of 2024. So you're also welcome to stop in person. And our office hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 p.m. But if you shoot us an email, most likely we're able to answer it after these hours as well.